Faye, you can't just drop a bombshell like this and then walk off. When exactly did this happen?
In our house. Don't worry. They weren't including me in the discussion.
You mean you weren't in the room?
I was on the stairs. But there's nothing wrong with my hearing.
Right, so you could have got the wrong end of the stick and misheard.
Tina offered to have a baby for him, for money. They said they'll think about it.
Do you swear to me?
Yes.
This is a terrible thing to lie about. You could get in big trouble for this.
I'm telling the truth.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry, Gloria was so brusque. We don't have any vacancies at the moment.
Oh.
If you'd like to leave...
No, I'm not job hunting. I've got a job in Spain.
Spain?
Yeah, well, I came all the way here to try and talk some sense into her.
Gloria?
Yeah.
You know her?
Know her. She was the love of my life. Haven't even had any dinner. Can't buy anything. I've only got euros.
Let me treat you.
Eh?
Sorry I'm late.
Half an hour.
I know, I'm sorry something come up.
Get working.
Hiya.
Hiya, Tina. 3 pints, please.
What about this one?
Oh, nice, yeah.
I won't kick him out of bed for dropping toast crumbs.
This one? How many have you got on there?
50. I've got a lot of interest. This is the front runner.
Let's have a look.
Nice, yeah.
We haven't spoken yet, we just chatted online.
Need to be careful, Beth. There's some right weirdos on the interweb.
This lad David's called. He sent me this list of questions.
What sort of question?
What would you say are my best qualities?
Oh,
Difficult one.
How do you mean?
Well, stunning good looks or bubbly personality. It's a tough call.
Shouldn't that be obedient with a glossy coat?
That was meant to be a compliment.
I'm meeting him at a pub on the Ribblesdale Industrial Estate.
oh, who needs puree?
Where is it anyway?
Off the A56.
Oh, he's cute.
So you're Cliff.
Yeah.
The Cliff. Gloria's Cliff.
One thing I miss. English bacon. Oh,
Not the only thing if you've come all this way.
well, I come to get closure.
Closure?
Well, when the woman of your dreams up sticks, even though she's practically destitute.
Is she?
Well, nobody treats Cliff Hughes like that. I swore I'd track her down. I'll tell you something else. The firm aren't happy.
Firm? Is that like the mob?
No, it's the dry cleaners on the Avenue Los Americas. High and dry.
Hang on. She works in a dry cleaner's.
Did, till she burnt it down.
They're not joining us.
Quiet practice. So whose idea was it? Did you approach her?
No, Tina brought the subject up first.
I can see why she wants to do it, but when I think about it, I don't really know her.
I do.
I don't know, I think she's a bit... Oh, no, I can't say that. Sounds like I'm judging. It's just that when you're asking someone to be a surrogate for you, carry a baby, and then hand it over, you've got to be sure about them.
Go on, what was you going to say just now? She's a bit what?
Unstable.
What?
Sorry.
No, hang on, listen. Yeah. OK, she's had a few problems with Tommy. And a lot of girls would have walked out by now, but she didn't, all right? She stuck with him. She sees things through, is he?
Yeah, well, I like her. I've always liked her, even when she went out with David.
No, I've liked her since she started working for us. She's decent, reliable and open. Honey, I wouldn't contemplate this if she wasn't.
And this was a real dry cleaner's, not a money laundering operation.
Well, we laundered shirts, 5 for 10 euros.
And it burnt down.
Oh, by accident. A kettle with no water in it was left plugged in overnight next to some highly flammable fluids.
Oh, dear.
We had several designer frocks and dinner suits on site belonging to certain C-list celebrities. I begged them to show mercy, but word soon gets around you're a suspected arsonist. Oh, it's a pity because we were such a great team.
She said you ran a bar together.
Drank a few dry.
She's exaggerated 1 or 2 details of her life in Spain.
She's a total fantasist. But I rather like that. Now, I always knew she'd leave.
Well, it's been very interesting talking to you, Claire.
Oh, and you.
And just so I'm absolutely sure, you have no contacts with the criminal underworld.
Me?
And Gloria left Spain under a cloud.
Oh, a very large one, what with them chemicals. It was like Chernobyl.
Do you want a can, babe?
Don't you feel a bit weird about the idea of Tina McIntyre having your baby?
No, it's our baby. She just carries it.
Yeah, she's put her hat in the ring. We don't have to go with her.
Oh, well, when you're making it sound like we're employing her.
But you're going to have doubts whoever you go with, love, OK? You could waste months, years, when the answer's right under your nose.
I feel like I'm being negative, like nobody's good enough.
No, listen, you were right to have doubts about Katie. Yeah, and if you feel the same way about Tina, we can wait. Come on, you know how I feel about this whole situation. I would love a family with you. But it's not the be-all and end-all. The one thing that I can't live without is you.
Tina is offering to do this for us, out of the blue. Maybe it's fate. I should be biting her hand off rather than worrying. And this is the best shot we could get at having a baby of our own. You having a drink?
Good job they banned smoking in pubs, innit?
Eh?
Very bad for a woman in your condition, smoking. Even passive smoking.
My condition?
Your biological clock must be ticking faster than I thought. It's more like a bomb.
What?
It's certainly blown my mind.
Tommy, look.
You said you weren't even ready to have my baby, yet you're perfectly happy to have someone else's.
Right, nothing has been agreed.
Oh, so you did offer then? Faye didn't imagine what she heard. I can't believe she knows more about it than me.
But I was going to talk to you about it.
Go on then. Talk. I'm listening.
Don't you find life in Weatherfield rather dull, I have to say?
You can have too much excitement, trust me.
Really? How do you mean?
Well, let's just say now I sleep with a hot water bottle and a pillow instead of a gun.
And Mr. Big? Is he really high up in the criminal underworld?
It's all that plastic surgery. If I didn't see him for a week, I wouldn't recognise him.
And where is he now? Do you know?
Oh, well, last time I spoke to him, Interpol were after him, so he's lying low.
I thought he'd left you high and dry. Just had a long chat with him in Roy's Rolls. You were in there a long time? Lording it over us since your feet touched the tarmac. You're a sham.
You know nothing about me.
Cracking on you live this glamorous existence. You worked in a dry cleaner's till you burnt it down.
That was never proven.
And your fella is Cliff. Meek Mal wouldn't say boo to a goose. Cliff. He's never had so much as a parking ticket.
I don't know what he's told you.
Everything. And I'm going to take great pleasure in telling everybody else.
Oh, no, Gail. Sweetheart, please. You mustn't breathe a word of this.
Mustn't I?
I just got carried away. I lied because I can't go back there. There's nothing for me. You mustn't tell anybody about it. I just couldn't admit the truth. I couldn't bear it. It's too painful, too humiliating.
I'll think about it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't want you hanging around here. And I want you out of Nick and Leanne's.
Well, where will I go?
Back to Stella's.
Oh, she won't have me.
Well, if you ask her nicely. I'll come with you if you like.
What on earth possessed you, T? And why? I mean, do you know what really bugs me? Why didn't you ask me about it?
Because I knew you wouldn't like the idea.
Should we drink in your condition?
I'm not pregnant.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it will work. All we've done is talk about the idea.
Yeah, not to me. But then, why would you ask my opinion?
Look, I haven't had a chance to tell you. I'm not keeping anything from you. I don't keep secrets. I haven't agreed to anything. I said I'll think about it.
Why?
there's a new Gary in, is it? We're having problems.
Oh, so what, you thought you'd come to the rescue? That's very noble. You know, I'd like to think I'd always help out a friend in need, but you're not even that close.
No, but I still feel sorry for him.
But to carry a baby for him for 9 months is ridiculous.
I'm not just doing it for them, I'm doing it for us.
There is no us where this is concerned.
I wouldn't even consider it if we didn't need the money.
We can get by.
We're desperate.
Yeah, but selling your body is not the answer.
That's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, that's true.
But I need to get back to work. We'll talk about this when I get home.
You think it was Bootsy Collins playing here tonight, not the old and funk outfit?
Excuse me. Lloyd?
Mandy? Wow, Mandy.
Lloyd?
There's a blast from the past. How are you?
Good.
So you're back in Manchester, yeah?
Yeah.
Since when?
Moved back about a year ago.
I mean, I assumed you'd moved away. I didn't know where you went.
Johnny got a job in Nottingham. We lived there for 28 years.
Is Johnny going to be here tonight?
He's dead.
No way.
Passed away last year.
How?
Heart attack.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. So, are you here on your own?
Yeah. Couldn't persuade anyone else to come. Shall we go in?
Can I have a word?
Yeah, you better come in. All right. Hey, Tommy's here.
Right, mate.
Look, I know things are difficult for you two, but this is not the answer.
You've spoken to Tina, then?
No. Faye told me a little secret.
Faye?
But I think you're taking advantage, Owen.
Eh?
You know how hard up we are, yet you dangle this prospect of easy money under her nose.
No way. It was her idea, not ours, mate. She came to us.
We're brassic.
If she hasn't spoken
Listen,
to you
mate,
about...
we are chuffed to bits, right, that she would do something so kind and
But
thoughtful.
look, we can scrap the idea. I don't want to come between you and her.
Why are you so against the idea? Look, I know it's a bit of a shock, but just think about it.
No. I don't want to think about it. I hate the idea. I think it's wrong.
Wrong?
Wrong, weird. Look, I'm sorry that I think that, but I do. And I'm not going to let it happen.
Your mother would like a word.
Not interested.
Oh, just hear her out, please.
I can't do this, girl. I'm a proud woman.
You can, and lay it on thick.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have interfered.
Twice. You stirred things up with Carl. Twice.
I know, and I should never have done it.
You may have a soft spot for him, but I will never take him back. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Pardon?
Yes. But will you take me back?
I can run this pub without your help. I do not need your help. I don't even know why you came back in the first place.
Look at her. She's knocking on a bit. She might not be around for much longer.
I beg your pardon. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
She's got to think very carefully about what she's going to do with the time that's left to her. It's the same with my mother. I think you should be very glad she's turned her back on the high life in Spain and chosen to spend it with you.
Right. You do not interfere with the running of this pub.
Agreed.
And you do not interfere with my private life.
What, even if you're making a fool of yourself? Agreed.
I am not secretly itching to get back with Carl. I am well shot of him. Do you understand?
Message received, loud and clear.
OK. You can move back in.
Thank you, sweetheart. And I will keep my eyes peeled for a new fella worthy of my beautiful daughter.
All right. Don't overdo it.
Right, I'll go and get my things.
I knew you could twist around your little finger.
Thanks, Gail.
Don't mention it.
Don't see how we can go ahead with this now.
Why are you saying that, love?
I don't want to come between Tommy and Tina.
Listen, if Tina had told him first instead of hearing it from Faye...
He's right. Yeah? He might feel differently about it tomorrow.
Yeah. And he might hate the idea even more.
Hi, darling. Do you have a nice time at choir practice? Tamara Calvert drowns everyone else out.
And did you see anybody? Anybody that you knew?
Might have.
Tommy Duckworth?
Oh, it's all right, sweetheart. Nobody's angry with you.
You see, what we were talking about, love, was private.
Yeah, it's not something we wanted everybody knowing about.
Am I in trouble?
No, darling, but I think we need to sit down and have a proper chat.
You lot are always whispering about something, or else you're falling out, and people are getting upset. I just want everything to be nice and everyone to be happy.
Oh, darling, hey, we will be, I promise. Don't you worry about anything. When you go up and get your gym jams on, I'll come up in a bit.
Maybe we need to take a step back.
Hey?
It's creating too much aggro.
Wow. I was transported back to the 80s. Can't believe none of them look any different.
You haven't changed either.
Oh, I had a much smaller waist back then.
You look brilliant. Still do. Hey, fancy a quick drink?
Quick one. Can't be out late.
Someone waiting up?
No.
White wine?
You remember?
I bet you don't still put Perry in it, though, do you?
Spritzer. The ultimate 80s drink. You remember everything, don't you?
I'm afraid I do. At least I can afford to buy you a drink now.
Oh, you could afford to buy me a drink in 1983. You just had better things to spend it on.
All right, like what?
That room of yours in Rusholme. Must have been 20 feet wide. One whole wall covered with albums.
You know, I've still got every one.
I bet they're in alphabetical order as well, aren't they?
Why do you think I'm here? I live in the past.
It was dead over there, so she let me leave early. Got some cans. I'll go and get changed.
Do you remember Edinburgh?
Well, the castle, the tattoo.
The OFO gig.
Yeah, man, we bumped off work and hitched, and you pretended we were on the guest list to get us in for nothing.
It worked.
It certainly did. Spent the last of our dosh in the Scotch egg. Slept in the park under the stars. Hey, listen, do you want to go on somewhere? I didn't mean... Oh, look, sorry, man. I shouldn't say that.
Look, it's been really lovely bumping into you again.
Friends reunited, eh? At least, let me give you a lift home.
I'm fine. I can make my own way home.
You wouldn't say that if you knew what I did for a living.
I should have talked to you first, okay? I'm sorry.
I feel ashamed.
What?
I mean, I'm the one that got us into all this mess, but you're prepared to do something as drastic as this. I should be touched. But I'm not. I feel disgusted, if I'm honest.
Disgusted?
That you'd even consider it.
Tommy, we've got no choice.
When you get pregnant, I want it to be our baby you carry it out. We've talked about this.
That's it, and this doesn't change anything.
It changes everything. Apart from everything else, you'd already have one child.
Yeah, that's not mine. Not biologically.
Gary seems to think I should just get used to the idea.
Oh, Gary, so what, you've been seeing?
Left him in no doubt about how I feel.
But I'm going into this with my eyes wide open, Tommy. And if you're worried about what people think...
It's not about what anybody else thinks. It's about me and you. It's about what we can accept and what we can't accept. And this crosses a line for me.
Well, I'm prepared to do anything legal to get out of this hole.
I've said no. Does that not count for anything? Does that not make you think again?
going on here? It's nice.
It's a stopgap. I need to find somewhere permanent.
Look, take one of my cards. Just in case you ever need a cab.
I use a local firm. Look, it's been great bumping into you, but I don't think we should see each other again.
Nearly 30 years since you last gave me the brush off.
Why can't we just bump into each other, chat, and leave it there? It's been lovely talking to you about old times.
Old times? Old times, man. You were the most important woman in my life.
Ancient history, Lloyd.
You were the love of my life, Mandy. I would have done anything for you.
I loved you too, you know I did. But I was married. It had to end.
But it feels like fate's brought us back together after all these years. Surely it would be rude not to swap phone numbers.
No, Lloyd. Do not contact me again. I mean it.
I care what you think, of course I do, but if I say I'm going to do something...
I won't go along with it. I can't.
Then we've got a bit of a problem, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Because if you go through with this regardless, don't expect me to be there for you.
Tommy.
I mean it, Tina. They can find somebody else to have their baby, and we can find money somewhere else.
Where? Where? You tell me where! You know what mess we're in, Tommy! I'm doing this for us.
Well, if you go ahead with it, that's the end of me and you. I mean it. We're finished.
Well, it's nearly half a century since the world's best-loved spy came to the screen, so what fitting way to celebrate than one of the best-loved Bonds of all time back for a brand new series. It's Piers Morgan's life stories with Sir Roger Moore next.